Hello faithful viewers and welcome back to another review. This time we are looking at the 12th Doctor's second sonic screwdriver. But before we look at the screwdriver itself, let's take a look, as always, at the packaging. You can see that back in the day this cost £15. I don't know what screwdrivers cost anymore, considering that this thing came out in, oh goodness, what year would it have been? 2017? Anywho, you can see that it is a cylindrical packaging once again, as was the 11th Doctor's screwdriver, and the War Doctor's for that matter. We can zoom in, we can see it reads as the 12th Doctor's second sonic screwdriver, because of course he did use the 11th Doctor's for a time in Series 8, green and blue mode, so it's a little bit of foreshadowing as to what this thing can do. Static, flashing and chase light and sound effects. There is a blurb there, actually, about the 12th Doctor and how he uses this screwdriver, so feel free to pause that. On the side there are some instructions as to how to access the battery compartment, as well as the usual Lego mumble jumbo, and that's it for the box. So turning our attention to 12's screwdriver, it is a stark sight and a little bit phallic. When I first saw this, legitimately I thought it resembled something of a gentleman's private areas. Anyway, moving aside from that though, it's striking blue, it's TARDIS blue, and it's made by the TARDIS itself, and it gives it a very unique look. No other sonic screwdriver has been this colour, or just looked like this. It's very cool. It's not my favourite design, but it's definitely very cool. So at the top, you've got this quite thin tip to it, really. And then you've got the translucent little lights there that will flash either blue or green, but we'll get to that. And then panning down, you've got kind of like these claw bits here. These are not spring-loaded in any way. They don't move. They are just static and part of the decoration. This is the activator switch. Moves up or down. We'll show that off in a little bit. And then you've kind of got these silver bits hanging along the edges here. Again, it kind of reminds me a little bit of like a Dalek gun, especially the way that it just tapers out into silver here. But this is all meant to resemble the TARDIS, and especially this bit here is reminiscent of the time rotor and indeed the light on top of the TARDIS exterior itself. Overall, it's a very, very cool design, I will say that. I do like it. So in terms of lights and sounds, as I said, you can move this button up and down, and depending on what you do, you will either get a blue or green light and variations thereupon. So if we move it up one, standard deep green, very nice LEDs. Let's move it down one. A higher pitch blue, really nice. Now let's flick it up twice. That's very nice, isn't it? A calm, serene, green scanner kind of emitter going on there. I like to think of that as like a medical scanner kind of thing. And then if we go down twice. Now that's the chasing blue that you've got going on there. Again, I like to think of it as like a scanner, but more of a, not so much a medical scanner, but scanning the environment. Seeking kind of thing. I like that, and I will say I think that this screwdriver has the best sound effects of any sonic screwdriver that has ever come out. I love the variations, I love the lights. It's just, and the sound effects are just completely unique to this one. None of the other screwdrivers, past or present, have had that or that, and I think that is ridiculously awesome. I love the lights and sound effects on this thing. To access the battery compartment, it's very similar to the 11th Doctor screwdriver, where you've got to take the screwdriver, twist it and rip it on half, basically. And you can see the compartment here. It's still the same 1.5 volt batteries. 3 of them are required. They come with the screwdriver already installed, so you don't need to worry about sourcing batteries. And then it's very easy to put it back together as well, just like that. For size comparisons, 12 screwdriver is taller than 8s. It is taller than the War Doctors. It is taller than 9 and 10s, even with it extended. It is taller than 11s when it's closed. However, when 11 springs open, it becomes the tallest one in the collection. So therefore 12s is the second tallest in my collection. And then of course that means it is taller than 13s. So overall thoughts on the 12th Doctor's second sonic screwdriver. This is a bloody good toy. It really is. The lights and sound effects plus the decal that you've got going on here makes this probably the best sonic screwdriver that Character Options has ever created. Now, I've not played with the 14th screwdriver, but it remains to be seen really if that is better than this one. I know 14s has a spring-loaded feature and you can change the colour of the light that emits from the screwdriver, but it doesn't have the same variation of sound effects that this one has. I think that this is the best one that they've ever made. It's not my favourite design in the world. That still is 9 and 10 screwdriver, mainly because of nostalgia and practicality, but this is the best functioning toy, certainly that I've ever seen. So absolutely pick yourself up the second sonic screwdriver of the 12 Doctors. You will not be disappointed. It is a marvellous time. Thank you everybody so much for stopping by and checking out this review. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and share this video around to help out the channel. And until the next time, see you all later.